I do not have acreage. I live in a house behind another house, and we use property around us to grow food. Since we don't have acreage, there are things we need to adapt to once the sunlight is lessened during the cool months. And this is what I'm working on right now. All right, so we have our house. There's a lot of shade right here. Just a little bit over, there's sunlight. The plants over here in these pots, such as celery and bok choy, moving over there in the sun because I've needed to do it for several weeks now, but just haven't. So my stuff is growing slower, but that will not be the case once we get it the sun. I've got one big pot moved. Bok choy and celery. It's very healthy. It looks great. It's just going slowly because of lack of sunshine. But now that it's over here, it should start going nuts. Have all these pots over here. Even a tomato's still going. A couple tomatoes still going. But you can see, look at such a big difference from here, this spot, lots of sunshine, darkness. Sunshine, darkness. That's the great thing about growing in containers. I always say it's not a curse to grow in containers because you can move them around wherever you need them. We had a bunch of sweet potatoes over here too. Harvested a bunch of those. Use your knees. Don't use your back. I learned that the hard way. It's like you're doing, think about when you're doing squats or deadlifts, something like that. Your back is always straight and you're using your knees up and down. All right. All right, making progress. Now we've also got a lot of carrots over here in pots, but look how dark it is over here. Those are going over here. Darkness. Light. And we continue. Have a couple more containers of carrots over here. This thinner one is one we've been eating from. These will be the next to be ready, and those will be the next to be ready after that. And here are our newest babies. Succession planting. Keep them coming. Don't plant everything at one time. You want to have the same crop coming up and ready for you at different times. You see right here, I have this Mexican sunflower, which is all done dead. So what I'm gonna do, and I've already harvested a bunch of heads off of it with the seeds, but there's a good sunshine space right here. This is a raised bed with a log perimeter, but I don't need to just let that spot sit until I want to put some more flowers or vining plants in here. I want that sunlight. So I'm going to cut back the sunflowers stalks, but I'm not pulling them out because I want to leave the roots in there, because roots equals organic matter equals worms, aeration, all that good stuff. So I am leaving the roots in. Some walking onions right here. that blood moving when you start lifting. Lifting heavy stuff is good for you. Now, I've got all of the sunflower stalk except this one removed. I didn't want to take it down. It still has green. And when these warm days pop up, it's still putting off new flowers. It still has some flower for some pollinators, and I like to leave that as much as I possibly can. So I'm gonna leave it. But I'm looking at this and I'm thinking I was just gonna go ahead and pile a bunch of pots on it, which I could do, but man, there's a lot of weeds in there. And I think I'm going to put some weed barrier down and then put the pots on. Hopefully that'll kill the weeds, and then come spring I won't have too much weed handling to do. Keep your back straight, bend with your knees, people. Gotta do what you gotta do. What we got here? Celery and onion. Celery, cabbage. Ugh. Yeah, I'd much rather be doing this than be in the gym. Whew. So we got several pots moved. Now this elderberry right here, it does still have some branches hanging over. So you have this trellis, and I made it so that the elderberry branches could hang on it and not fall onto the garden at the bottom. There's not a lot, but there's enough. Yeah, let's go ahead and cut them. I lost my clippers. That's what happens if I don't put them on my overalls. I know better. Clippers. Found them. On the pit. Let's go chop some elder. Bye-bye. I always prune these below a node, and then I put that node in water to root, to start new plants. We got the long branches. These going into the overalls. See how it looks. Yep, this is free and clear. It's gonna allow more sun, even if just a little bit. We'll take it. Well, now I can't find my other glove. I went a little bit squirrel and started trimming my eggplant. And look at this little bitty eggplant I found. It's so little. I'm eating it. It's good eating. That's food. So yeah, that's about how that goes. Until we start using those pots for things that will grow in the shade during the summer, and until we start using that space for melons and other climbing things during the spring and summer, we're gonna do this. We're just gonna move our pots around. That's the beauty of it. There's a lot of control with pots. Okay, get grow and get healthy. Much love. See ya.